second grade around Pilgrim's Thanksgiving. So this is the first fifth grade performance. I want to tell you, the building is alive with excitement. These 37 fifth graders have been a nervous wreck all day, okay? So I am going to ask a few favors from you, the audience. One is that you turn off your cell phones. And please refrain from any chit-chat if you can. I know it's exciting because we're working with, well, Laurel Springs sound system. And Mrs. Garvey's worked for 2 or 3 weeks getting them to project their voice. Some of them really have made progress. Some of them are shutting down because of their nerves. So if you would just bear with us and be as quiet as you can. We also would like you to save your applause for the end. It's a quick-moving show. Mrs. Garvey is going to introduce all the children at the end, so everybody will get to applaud. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce Mrs. Garvey.
Moms, Grandpops, how are you? Like Mrs. Westerby said, we have been working on Western movement for the first half of the year. So we have been doing all kinds of really cool things to so that the kids have a better understanding of Western movement. Mr. White upstairs and Mrs. Mulligan have kind of followed along with me. So they've traveled along the Oregon Trail, learning about the challenges. We created some food, different areas along the way. Conestoga wagons, they learned all about the Conestoga wagons, and they were given a guideline where they had to create their own without my help. And it was really quite interesting to watch their little minds go to work trying to get those wheels to spin. And we ended our unit with quilting, which was a really important part of the pioneer life. That was their way of coming together and socializing. The quilts meant a lot to them. So the students took all of that and they decided to create this little, it was supposed to be a little skit, but your children don't do anything little. They are my most theatrical group, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And they've done a great job. We've had little time to work on this because we spent so much time on our unit, but they pulled it out, and they've done a great job. We've also chose some songs that are very authentic to the pioneer life, and we kind of threw them in between the skits. So enjoy. They are so excited, and I'm so glad to see such a turnout because it makes them so excited as well to have that kind of support. So, without further ado, let's get this going. We're head west. West.
In the early 1800s, the territory of the United States doubled due to the Louisiana Purchase. Land beyond the Mississippi River was explored by Lewis and Clark, opening the floodgates for many more to come. Whether you're a greedy in search of gold, a farmer looking for a fresh start, or a businessman looking to expand the railroad's technology, you all had the same goal in mind, going west, the start of a new life. In the late summer of 1848, Virginia Watson's father came home from town to make a surprise announcement. I have sold the farm. We're moving to Oregon. Tomorrow we head out for Oregon. What lies ahead? I feel nervous and frightened, but yet I feel so excited.
Shh, Virginia, I can't hear my pa fighting.
I dread the thought of traveling on a trail for 6 whole months. Will that really be brilliant?
640 acres of land. Nothing will stop me from getting my dreams. Nothing. You hear me?
I hear you, but I dreary love our home.
Why are these people dragging me along when I really don't want to go? I'm happy here.
Will I ever see my home again?
And will the trip be worth it? I mean, why did the wagon break down?
Or we wouldn't have supplies?
Oh, come on. Mom always says life is a risk.
That's right, Jimmy. We believe in manifest destiny and our duty to expand west. Look at it as an adventure. We're headed for a brand new life.
All right then, girls. Let us prepare food for the journey.
So they sold their farm, gathered everything they owned, and headed west across the Great Plains. During their travels, they would often sing songs filled with humor and stories of the country life.
One song they enjoyed was called Sweet Betsy from the Pike.
Did you ever hear of Sweet Betsy from Pike, who crossed the wide prairies with her husband Ike, with 2 yokes of cattle and 1 spotted hog, and a tall Shanghai rooster and an old yeller dog? Daddy-doodle, daddy-doodle, daddy-doodle day. The alkali desert was burning and bare, and I cried in fear.
We're lost, I declare.
My dear old Pike County, I'll go back to you, said Betsy.
You'll go by yourself if you do.
Daddy-doodle, daddy-doodle, daddy-doodle day. They swam the wide rivers and crossed the tall peaks. They camped on the prairie for weeks upon weeks. They fought off the Indians with musket and ball, and reached California in spite of it all. Daddy-doodle, daddy-doodle, daddy-doodle day. Daddy-doodle, daddy-doodle, daddy-doodle day.
Now the wagon train set out on a journey of a lifetime. Their travel began in early spring in hopes of reaching their homestead before the first winter snow began to fall.
The Conestoga wagons were huge, and could carry as much as 5 tons. Every morning on the trail, the pioneers took down their tents, fixed breakfast, and loaded their wagons. They didn't know what lied ahead and the dangers they would encounter. This made each day a new set of challenges. Ma, I'm hungry. My stomach hurts. uncharted territory.
Remember what happened to the Jones family?
Please, Pa, no! Enough, children! No more talk about such things. Pa knows what he's doing. Just stay close to the wagon trail.
Through all their challenges, the women folk were all too aware of the dangers and hardships that lie ahead. One way to ease their anxiety was through quilting.
Women would gather together, sharing stories and songs while quilting. They called this a quilting bee. Later, these quilts were used in their new homes.
Putting a favorite quilt on the bed gave them a sense of connection with their former way of life.
One song that the pioneer woman enjoyed while rocking back and forth was called "Oh My Darling Clementine."
In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelled a miner, 49er, and his daughter, Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. You were lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Like she was and like a fairy, and her shoes were number 9. Herring boxes without topses, sandals were for Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. You were lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Drove she ducklings to the water every morning just at 9. Hit her foot against a splinter, fell into the foaming brine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. You were lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Ruby lips above the water, blowing bubbles soft and fine. But alas, I was no swimmer, so I lost my Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. You were lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. How I miss her, how I miss her, how I miss my Clementine. But I kissed her little sister and forgot my Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. You were lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine.
The pioneers faced a difficult 6 months on the trail. They endured hunger, illness, and even death. They were short on water, food, and faced some friendly Native Americans, but they finally made it to the homestead. They didn't know what to do first, though. Should they make shelter or set the seed for the spring harvest?
Pa, we finally made it! My, what a vast piece of land, but there ain't hardly any trees to build shelter. Well, there's plenty aside. It'll make strong walls that'll keep our home cool in the hot summer and warm in the winter months. Once our cabin's built, we can start planting our crops. Why, we could have a wonderful harvest by late spring. Oh, boy! Can I help, Pop? I can scare the birds away by running up and down the road. Sure you can, son. This is our land now.
Thank goodness we made it home sweet home.
Frontier life wasn't easy in the beginning.
begin, and the winters were harsh and the snow drifts up to the roofs.
And work on the farm never ended. The children still milked the cows and gathered eggs before and after school.
In the spring, they'd cut down trees and clear the brush for fields. They hacked at the hard-packed soil with hoes and picks to drop the seed in.
Don't forget, they hunted just about everything. Their favorite were deer, wild turkey, squirrels, and quails. They preserved their meats for a long winter ahead.
That's right, Elizabeth. Throughout their journey, they ran into many problems along the way, but they learned from them and moved forward. This perseverance expanded our country into a nation. Happy trails to you all.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam and the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word and the skies are not cloudy all day. Oh, I love these wildflowers in this dear land of ours, and the curdle I love to hear scream, and I love these white rocks and the antelope flocks that graze on the mountaintop streams. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word and the skies are not cloudy all day. Oh, I would not exchange my home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Thank you, thank you. Wow, that was pretty great. Another hand, yes. Makes me emotional, I'll tell you, to see them, to see the final curtain. They worked really hard and they were fabulous. So I want to give them all credit where credit is due. I'm going to announce them. You can just kind of step out and take a little bow. All right, let's start down here. We have Melanie Schmidt. We have Leah Erdman. lights, and they will quietly make their way down to you. Please feel free to roam around, take a look at them, and they're allowed to take them home this evening. Okay?
Let's give them all a big great round of applause.